Hello everyone, I'm Rick Thomas. Thank you for joining me for this video. I want to share with you a note that was sent to me by a friend, and they were saying that they were afraid of dying as they think about the coronavirus. They have concluded that it reveals a lack of faith, and I responded to them by saying that when you frame it as a lack of faith, that's not the best way to think about this struggle with the coronavirus. And so what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to address the supposed lack of faith, the fear of death, and I want to offer you a better way to think about it in this daily brief. I hope that it will serve you as you care for those you love. Assessing yourself as having a lack of faith, quite honestly, is hard to measure. It's subjective at best. Perhaps there is another way to discern what could be happening inside of you. And so in this brief, I'm going to frame the discussion within our current crisis with COVID-19. This virus has brought pandemic concern and worry for millions of people, as we all understand. It is the heat, like the sun coming down externally. It is the heat that is revealing where we are internally with the Lord. And for some people, they are thinking about the possibility of death and they fear it. They don't want to die. I think that all reasonable people do not want to die unless they are, there are exceptions, of course. If you are advanced in years and you are indeed at the end of your days and your health is gone, a person like this may be ready to die. For example, my 98-year-old grandmother was at this point in her life. She had prepared her heart to go. She was in a nursing home. She was receiving 24/7 care and was, quite frankly, she was waiting for death. Now, that scenario makes sense. Perhaps you have other examples of folks in severe health conditions where death seems to be a better option for them. But my friend who sent me a note is young. They are healthy. That person is different. Now, if you're in this category and you fear death, the question is it a lack of faith? Now, I recommend that you not frame it that way. There are other factors that you can address because faith can be really vague for us, and that's why I want to come at this from another angle. Let me list for you a few of the things that could be going on in my friend's heart. For example, fear, uncertainty, worry, not taking thoughts captive, maybe love for family, a desire to serve the Lord more, which we all have. All of these things can hinder your faith, and there's no question about that. But rather than trying to figure out if you don't have enough faith, what about if you pinpoint these more hands-on possibilities? Your faith could be vibrant, but now you're in a season of reflection, and it feels like a lack of faith when maybe you're just a person who is prone to worry and occasionally you become anxious, and so you're anxious now, and that is a temptation for you. My friend is thinking about all the people in other countries who died for their faith, and so they're connecting two things: what's going on currently, and then all these people who have died for their faith. My friend believes that they can't do that, which is why they believe there is a lack of faith issue. Do you see what my friend did? They're making an argument from silence because they are not in that type of situation where someone is standing over them and they're asking them to deny your faith or die. My friend's situation and an objective life-threatening situation that's happening, like someone holding a gun over you, those are two different things. There is a difference between someone standing over you and threatening your life and a subjective possibility of dying if such and such happens. But it's not happening now. You could say that I have a lack of faith because people die in automobiles and I may die too. Well, yes, you could die in a car if you drive recklessly, and you could die from a disease if you live without caution. Those outcomes are possible, but the question remains, is it best to address it from the lack of faith angle or something else that you can change? What you don't want to do is to create potential worry or future worry and then bring it into your current situation. If you do that, you could conclude that you don't have enough faith for something that is not happening right now, like someone standing over you pointing a gun. Jesus talked about this kind of thinking in Matthew 6:34. He said this, quote, "Therefore do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble." Anyone can create future possibilities or potential scenarios and bring them into where they are today, and they will struggle with their faith. Let me give you an example of this that's different from the coronavirus. Let's say a young unmarried teenager says that she is afraid of having a baby because of all the pain. She concludes that she does not have enough faith. Do you see what she did? Would the best approach be to address her lack of faith, or could you help her in another way? It would be better to discuss things that she could tackle, that she could get her hands on. For example, let me give you some illustrations. With the statement that she made, there is a lack of wisdom. You also hear in her statement there is worry and anxiety. Potential, there's an inability to take her thoughts captive. She's not understanding this idea of grace when you need it. She needs future grace, not today's grace. She doesn't need it today. And she also doesn't understand God's sovereign care in our lives. Now, these things that I've just listed that she is struggling with, it would be an excellent discipleship opportunity for you to address these underlying issues. Her current faith could be vibrant, but if she continues down this path of thinking, yes, it could weaken or hinder her faith, but rather than addressing her faith, speak to the things that may lead to the compromising of her faith. If any of us let little sins into our minds and they settle to form strongholds, they can alter how we think and how we relate to God, who is the object of our faith. Now, if you would like to talk about this video, if you are currently struggling, we have a topic on our website. We have a free community forum on our website where you could have this discussion, and I have it linked here to the video. And so if you click on that link, it will take you to our free community forums, and you can talk to me and our team, and we would be glad to have a discussion about the coronavirus, a lack of faith, maybe the underlying issues. My point here is we want to serve you, and so if you jump on our community forums, that is the community where we have talks like this. Now, if you would like to learn how to disciple folks in the way that I'm teaching here in this daily brief, we also have an all-online mastermind program where you can learn discipleship, or what some call biblical counseling, is completely online, and we would love to be able to teach you. I'm one of the teachers in our mastermind program, and we have others as well. And it would be our pleasure to train you in biblical counseling. All of those links are in this video, so let us know how we can serve you, and you go and make disciples.